Alright, you're looking for a vocal compressor and you don't know what to pick. In this video, I'm ranking the most popular UAD compressors into 4 tiers: S, A, B, and C, purely based on how well they work on lead vocals. Full disclosure, after finishing this video, I saw someone else made a video about this topic, but I decided to do this anyway to give you guys my take on this. And I'm only going to talk about the compressors I actually use, so the video doesn't take too long. Okay, let's get started. Alright, the first one is the TubeTech CL1B. This is a opto compressor. It sounds a bit like the LA-2A, which we're going to talk about later on in the video, but this one is a modernized version of it, and it has a attack, a release knob, and a ratio knob, which you cannot find on the LA-2A. You can hear this compressor on a lot of pop vocals and on a lot of rap vocals. This is not really a compressor I would pick if I just started mixing, because it has a little bit of a steep learning curve, at least it did for me. So that's why I'm going to place this one over here. It is a really good sounding compressor, but because of the learning curve, I wouldn't start with this compressor if you're looking for a first compressor. Next up, the DBX 160. Some people use it on vocals like Dr. Dre, Eminem, and the people around Dr. Dre. I don't really like it for vocals because it is too aggressive for me, and it sounds way better on drums or other percussive sounds, so I wouldn't pick this one for vocals, so that's why I'm going to place it at D. Next up is the SSL G Bus Compressor. As the name suggests, this is a bus compressor and it's not really for lead vocals. It's not really that it cannot work over there, but it's something I wouldn't pick if I am looking for a compressor for vocals. Bus compressors are designed to react to overall energy, to glue multiple signals together over time. So when a vocal gets loud, they tend to respond to the average level rather than following small details or emotion. So not really something I would pick for lead vocals. So that's why I'm going to place this one over here. Next up, the LA-2A compressors. If you're following me or my channel for a while now, you know this is one of my favorite compressors, so it's an easy one. I would put this on top. Why I love this compressor is because it smoothens out the dynamics in a really natural and musical way, and it adds a really cool warm character to the vocal. It is also one of the compressors I own as a hardware unit. I have the IGS-1LA, that's a 500 series, which sounds really great on vocals. So this was the LA-2A gray version, and next up we have the LA-2A silver version. This is also a really cool sounding compressor, but this one sounds a bit more clean, and to my ears it has a little bit more of the higher frequencies than the gray one. If you're looking for the classic LA-2A sound, you're probably looking for the gray version and not for the silver version. So it's a really cool pick, but I prefer the gray version over this one, so that's why I'm going to put it over here. Next up is the LA-2. This is the first version of the 3 compressors. This one is really slow and not really something I would put on lead vocals, but more on something like choirs or on strings. So not for lead vocals, but it is a good compressor, so I'm going to put it on C. And here we have the 1176 Rev A, also one of my favorite compressors for vocals and for a lot of other elements. This compressor can sound really aggressive because it adds a lot of mid harmonics, something I really like adding on lead vocals. It's always a matter of taste if you like that or not, but this compressor is going to be on top of the list, just like the LA-2A gray version. Next in line, another 1176 compressor. This is the LN version, which stands for low noise. This one, compared to the Blue Stripe or the Rev A, is a bit more cleaner and has a lower noise level. A lot of people prefer this one over the Blue Stripe. I do not, so that's why I'm going to put it over here. And here is another 1176 compressor. This is the Rev AE. This is a hybrid between the Blue Stripe and the 1176 LN. It also has a 2:1 ratio, which you cannot find on any other 1176 compressors. It has the circuit of the Blue Stripe, but has the noise level of the black version. Really cool compressor, but for some reason I always pick the Blue Stripe over this one. So I'm going to put it in A as well. Oh, I see the LN is in B, but I needed to put it in A. And this one is the 33609. This is a compressor by Neve, and it's a bus compressor, and because of that, that is not really what I would use on a lead vocal. So this one goes in D. And exactly the same for the API 2500. It is a bus compressor and not really something I would use on a lead vocal. So this one goes in D as well. Here we have another Neve compressor. This is the 2254. This is something you can find on the Neve consoles. I try to use it sometimes, but I don't really like it. It's a really slow compressor and not something I would use on a lead vocal. But it sounds really good, but yeah, I wouldn't pick it. So this one goes in D for me as well. Then we have the Distressor, and the Distressor can sound like a LA-2A or like the 1176 and everything in between. This is a really versatile compressor with some really cool distortion options like tape and tube. A while ago, this was my favorite compressor. I used it all the time on almost all of my channels, but over time I picked the 1176 and the LA-2A more than the Distressor. It is a really good sounding compressor, so I would place this in the B category. Then we have the LA-3A. You can see this one as the cousin of the LA-2A. This has the character of the LA-2A, but the mid-range bump you can find on the 1176 Rev A. A really cool compressor, works really great on rock vocals, but not something I would pick above the 1176 and the LA-2A. So I'm going to place this at B. Then the last compressor, this is the Fairchild 670. This is a really musical sounding compressor. It's a very mu and it has a lot of tubes in it. It sounds really great on jazz vocals, and I use it on my vocal bus, not really a lot on the lead vocal. I've seen some videos where it was used on the lead vocal of Billie Eilish. So some people use it as a compressor on lead vocals, but it's not my favorite pick. So I'm going to place this at C. So yeah, I think this is my tier list. On top we have the LA-2A gray version and the 1176 Rev A, followed by the TubeTech CL1B. This will be my third option if I have to choose a new compressor to buy. Then we have the LA-2A Silver, the 1176 AE, and the 1176 LN. Then we have the Distressor, the LA-3A, LA-2, the Fairchild 670, and the compressors that I wouldn't pick for lead vocals: the DBX 160, the SSL G Bus Compressor, the Neve Bus Compressor, the API Bus Compressor, and the Neve 2254. Let me know if you disagree with these rankings. I'm really looking forward to know what compressors you guys use on lead vocals, and I would really like to try those. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel. It really helps me grow, and I'll see you on another one. Peace.